Sis, why weren't you at your date tonight? Sarah made me go instead.
What? You went on my date. It was my date and I didn't want to go, so didn't it get canceled?
No, I went in your place.
What do you mean? Are you saying you went on my date without me?
Yeah?
That's hilarious. I'm sorry, but I guess that works out perfectly. You have been single for forever after all.
Okay, but Sarah did arrange it for you specifically. She seemed really disappointed, so I had to go. Don't you feel bad about skipping it? It was so awkward. I had no idea what to tell Sarah. I'm just glad the guy was nice. It could have gone so much worse. You've really messed up this time, haven't you? What were you thinking?
I know Sarah was trying to do me a favor, but what's the point in meeting some stranger? When I asked her, I was in a weird mood and just wanted a husband as soon as possible. But I did some thinking and I realized I'm not in a rush. You only live once, right? I don't even know the guy. He's probably some weirdo with nothing in common with me.
Aren't you being a little dramatic? It's just a first date. Come on, it's not like you're committing to anything long-term. There's no rule that you have to go on a second date. I think you should have just kept your promise and went along with it.
Well, anyway, what kind of guy was he? Since it was a blind date, I bet he was totally ugly, right?
You're the one that wanted help finding a boyfriend in the first place. What right do you have to say that now? He was a regular guy. He could probably get a girlfriend pretty easily if he wanted one. I wonder if he only came along because Sarah forced him to.
No way! He was actually a decent guy? I guess that makes sense. Sarah wouldn't set up a date with any old weirdo.
You know, he was actually really nice and a great listener.
There are plenty of nice guys in the world, though. I bet he didn't actually have anything special to bring to the table. Anyway, I like hot guys. Guys who do music and stuff.
You mean you want a guy who's in a band like your ex?
I mean, I'd settle for someone who plays a background role. But yeah, I guess what I really want is someone who's the star of the show. A yuppie who wears a suit just doesn't really have the right charm, you know? That kind of guy would be really boring.
You spent so much time moaning about how much you want a boyfriend to the point that Sarah offered to help, but you're just too picky. I don't know how you expect to find someone if you don't put in any effort.
Whatever, stop judging me. Anyway, the kind of guy I'm looking for would never go on a blind date. I was planning on rejecting him before I even went, so what difference does it make?
Why did you ask Sarah to set you up with someone if you already knew what would happen?
I told you, I thought I wanted to find a husband. It's already happened. I can't go back in time, so stop having a go at me for no reason. You're worse than Mom and Dad. What makes you think you can tell me what to do?
Because I'm always the one who has to pick up your slack. It's not just a blind date. When we were in school, Mom and Dad got you a tutor, but you gave up and quit after 2 weeks. In the end, I ended up going to every tutoring session instead of you. I had to cancel my plans and do math homework every week, even though my grades were fine.
Oh, come on, it's not that bad. I mean, think of it this way. You're my little sister, so it's kind of like your job to take stuff I don't want. That's just how it's supposed to be. You seem pretty ungrateful for receiving my hand-me-downs. You got a date out of it. Isn't that something? Aren't you glad? You should be happy I give you these gifts. After all, a girl like you getting a date is pretty unlikely. Hey, sis. I was talking to Mom, and she said you're going out with a guy you met on a date. Don't tell me it's the guy from the date Sarah set up.
Yeah?
What? No way, you can't be serious. You actually got a boyfriend from a blind date. What are the odds? You were never really popular with guys, so this is really unexpected.
You're the one who wanted to try blind dating in the first place.
Yeah, I did. Then I changed my mind. I was mentally in a weird place back then. I just decided to try it in the moment, you know? Then I realized it's 2023. Who still goes on blind dates? Why not just download a dating app or go to the club or something? I'm impressed you made it this far, though.
I don't see what's so weird. There are plenty of ways to meet someone. It's easier to trust someone your friend introduces to you.
Okay, but really? Come on. Imagine being such a lost cause you need your friend to set you up with someone. Sorry, this is the most hilarious conversation I've had this year.
It's a little weird how much you're laughing at this. You're the one who begged Sarah to set you up with someone. But yeah, I did meet this guy through the date you asked for. So, as weird as it feels to say this, I'm grateful.
See? You're getting the idea. Be grateful for the things I bestow upon you. You're such an adorable little sister. This is your first boyfriend in how long? If I'm remembering right, the last one was like 5 years ago, right? Have you seriously failed to get a boyfriend in all the time since then?
What does that have to do with anything?
Bingo! I was right. Believe it or not, I am happy for you. I didn't think you were gonna find a boyfriend before you hit 30.
And what about you? Aren't you worried about ending up single in your 30s? I bet you're regretting flaking on your date. You did say you wanted to get married ASAP.
It doesn't matter because after that, I got back together with my ex. And now we're so head over heels in love with each other. I stopped obsessing over the whole marriage thing. It's totally meaningless. The whole thing is pretty stupid. Who says you need that piece of paper to be with someone? Surely what really matters is that you love each other, and we do so much.
I see.
Also, it seems like this time he's finally gonna make his debut on stage, so I'm super busy helping him sort out all the details right now. You guys just have a different perspective on things. You can keep living in the past if you want.
Yeah, I get the idea. I think I've heard enough. Live your life however you want. It doesn't affect me. But I'm gonna live my life how I want, and I don't need you to judge me. Just try not to cause any more trouble for Sarah. You wasted her time and hurt her feelings.
I don't need to hear this from you. I have a boyfriend, so I won't need her to set up dates for me anymore. We're doing pretty well. I'm planning on moving out of mom and dad's house and living with him. I really hope this guy you're dating doesn't dump you for someone better looking. Good luck.
We're getting along fine, thanks.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure. We might have met on a blind date, but we hit it off and realized how much we have in common. Now we're taking our time to properly get to know each other.
Let's be real, though. Would an attractive, high-quality man agree to go out with you, though? There's gotta be an ulterior motive. I'm guessing he's a 4 out of 10 at best. Don't take this the wrong way, but a hot guy just wouldn't look right standing next to you. I guess it's good you found someone on the same level as you, though. Everyone deserves to find love after all. You better hold on tight and not let him escape. Who knows how long it would take for you to find a replacement? I need you to cancel your wedding.
What got into you all of a sudden? We've already told everyone about it, and we're in the middle of planning the ceremony.
That's nice and all, but I want to marry him instead. So hurry up and break up with him already.
What? Are you okay?
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you to break up with him and give me the wedding ring while you're at it.
Is this meant to be some kind of weird joke?
No, I'm serious. It's only fair.
You can complain all you like. He's my fiancé and I'm going to marry him. He's not an object. You can't just tell me to give him to you.
He was supposed to be with me from the start.
No, he was your blind date who you flaked on and never met until I started dating him. We got this far because we dated, got to know each other, and now we're getting married. It's already set in stone.
Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. I planned on marrying him from the start. He's not yours, so let him go.
Even if you actually went out with him, you don't know that he would end up proposing to you.
You've got to be kidding me. You'd think he'd agree to marry someone as ugly as you, but he'd reject me. There's no way.
Wow, you really are confident, aren't you?
Anyway, just break up with him now. Also, give him my number, thanks.
I'm just checking. But you know the world doesn't revolve around you, right? You're so out of touch. Haven't you learned you can't expect everything to always go your way? Get it through your head. Matt is my fiancé and I'm the one who's gonna marry him, not you. I'm not letting you take him from me.
In that case, would you let him go if he said he preferred me?
What?
Yeah, surely you'd have nothing to complain about then. Naturally, he would choose me. It's like you said, he's not an object. He's his own person with a unique perspective. He should be able to do as he chooses.
I don't think it's likely that he would choose you, someone he hardly knows.
Are you sure about that? I'm so much prettier than you. I have a better job, I'm less boring, and there's just so much more going on for me. You're just no match for me in anything. I'm better in every way.
That's not how it works. It's not about being better or worse. It's about how compatible you are with someone and how well you know them. Let's say you actually got engaged with someone. Then his brother says all of a sudden that he wants to marry you instead. What would you do? Would you throw away your partner that you've gotten to know so well and go marry his brother instead? Are people disposable to you?
If his brother was better in every possible way, then how could I refuse?
Right. I guess I'm the idiot for asking, right?
Anyway, at least let me talk to him enough to get to know him a little better. When I came to say hello, I hardly got to speak to him. If I went on a date with him, I know he'd see how charming and gorgeous I am.
No way. You have no chance.
See, you know he would go for me over you any day. You're not confident in your relationship at all.
Get a grip. How selfish do you have to be to tell your sister you want to marry her fiancé? What's wrong with you? Are you aware of how ridiculous the things you say are? Or are you actually deluded enough to think that you're right? The cause of this whole thing is that you flaked on your date. It's not my problem you regret that. So no, you're not meeting him. I don't want you to talk to him ever again. Maybe you should do a little self-reflection and think about what you've done.
How dare you talk back to me like that? I'm your older sister. You have no right to stand there and lecture me. He's mine, so give him back. Don't make me repeat myself again.
I said he's not yours. You don't know anything about him and he's not interested. It's too late. Get over it. I'm not letting you cause any more trouble from now on.
Oh, yeah? If you're gonna take that type of attitude, I'll take things into my own hands.
What do you mean by that?
I don't need to go through you. I'll go and meet him directly by myself. I'll go meet him at his workplace.
You're crazy. What are you thinking? You're such a nuisance. Don't you have a boyfriend anyway?
Oh, him. I dumped that guy.
What? Why?
Yeah, I realized I'm not really into guys like that. He has no prospects. The perfect guy should be stable and earn a lot of money, right?
I can't believe all the things I'm hearing. You might be my sister, but I can't bear to keep talking to you. You're a bad person. And don't even think about going to Matt's office. It's not just him. You'll cause trouble for everyone around him.
Don't tell me what to do. I don't approve of your sham marriage. I'll do whatever it takes to stop it from going ahead. Hey there! How's your day going? Has anything interesting happened?
What on earth do you think you've been doing? You've been pestering Matt all day. You showed up at his work, went into a staff-only area, and looked through confidential documents. You're lucky they had security escort you out instead of calling the police.
I was just visiting. I didn't see a list of rules prohibiting that anywhere.
The sign literally said staff only.
Oh, sorry, I guess I didn't have my glasses on. Oopsie. That's their fault for making the text so small anyway.
You didn't see the big red sign saying staff only with a no entry symbol?
The right.
But your vision was good enough to watch someone else press in the key combination for the door into his shared office from 10 meters away, then type it in yourself after they left.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have the CCTV footage. I can send it to you if you'd like. You're lucky Matt told them not to call the police because he thought it was unnecessary. If it was me, you'd have spent the night in a cell.
What a turn of events this is! What kind of a society do we live in where a woman can't visit her brother-in-law at the office to wish him congratulations on getting engaged? You're so heartless!
Also, do you think we don't know it was you who left deep scratches all across the left side of his car?
Hey, that's quite an accusation there. If it's not on camera, it didn't happen.
You realize that's a company car, right? Matt could have gotten into trouble for that. Luckily, they believed him when he said it was you.
Well, I guess that's just karma for acting so cold towards me. I didn't do it, though. If you have evidence, feel free to show me.
I told you, stop following us around. We don't want anything to do with you. Stop waiting for him at his office and our house. This is your last warning. If you keep doing this, I'm going to the police.
All right, geez, no problem. I'll leave you two alone. Don't worry about it. Hi! I have some really bad news for you. I hate to break it to you. It's really heartbreaking. I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't think you'll be able to get married today. Someone snuck into the wedding venue and totally ransacked it. It's in such a bad state, I don't think you'll be able to have your ceremony today. I hate to say this, but maybe it just wasn't meant to be. You did steal my man after all. I guess this is what you get for refusing to cancel the wedding. Like I mentioned before, it's just karma, you know?
What are you talking about? We already had the wedding.
Wait, what? It's over.
Yeah, we got married last month.
No, it's today, isn't it? It's definitely today. That's what Mom said anyway.
She wasn't talking about my wedding. Today is her cousin Emma's wedding. What do you mean someone ransacked the venue? You're not joking, are you? Are you seriously telling me you ruined Emma's wedding?
Why do you assume it was me? I just happened to walk in and find it in that state.
This isn't a joke. Are you stupid? Aside from this being morally wrong, did you really think you wouldn't get caught? They have security cameras outside the building. If there was no one else there, it will be obvious you did it.
Oh my God. What do we do?
I knew it. It was you. And what do you mean, what do we do? You did this, not me. Contact her now and apologize. What on earth were you thinking?
I thought it was your wedding.
So it would have been okay if it was my wedding. You're despicable.
How could you not invite me to your wedding? I'm your sister. This is your fault.
Of course I didn't invite you. You're a terrible sister. I can't believe I'm related to you. You tried to steal my husband. Then when I told you to stop, you started stalking and harassing him. You're a criminal. Why would I invite someone like that to my wedding? I can't remember the last time you did something nice for me.
I did that because you wouldn't give him back. It's all your fault.
You brought this all upon yourself. How long are you going to keep acting like a child and passing the blame to someone else? Oh, and now Mom just contacted me. They had to put the wedding on hold. All because of what you did.
Hey, you're not going to tell her it was me, are you?
Obviously, I already told her. What you did is a crime. Do you really think I'd help cover for you? You vandalized a public venue. You're gonna have to pay compensation for ruining the ceremony and causing damages.
But come on, it's Emma. She's an understanding person. I'm sure she can find it in her heart to forgive me.
Are you kidding me? There's no way she'll forgive you. You ruined an event that's supposed to be once in a lifetime. You think you can do something so shocking and upsetting and just walk away without any consequences? You know how bad what you did was. You ought to feel pretty awful.
Please help me, sis?
How?
You're good at talking. Please just tell them something. This all happened because of you anyway, so it's the least you could do.
Don't make me say this again. The only person at fault here is you. You pestered Sarah to set up dates for you. She tried so hard for you, and it was all for nothing. You wasted her time and effort and flaked on your date after everything she did for you. Then you had the nerve to tell me to give you my fiancé. You stalked and harassed us. And now you've committed vandalism. No matter how you look at this is your fault. Stop trying to turn it back around on me.
I don't deserve this. All I wanted was to go out with the guy who was supposed to be my date from the start.
Well, it's your fault that you messed it all up. You can't keep blaming others for your own actions. Grow up and take responsibility. I don't want to hear your pathetic excuses anymore. In any case, you only told me to let you date Matt because your ex-boyfriend dumped you, right?
What?
I saw a poster for his band. He got married. You took out your anger on me and told me to let you marry my fiancé because you were jealous that I was getting married while you were still single.
No, you're wrong. That's not what happened at all. I wasn't serious at all. Learn to take a joke.
Yeah, of course. This isn't my problem anymore, but just go ahead and take responsibility for your own actions. Mom and Dad are talking about cutting ties with you. And me too, of course. You're a terrible person, and I don't want anything to do with you.
Wait. What should I do? What's gonna happen now?
I don't know. It's your problem. Think about it yourself. At the very least, your family are going to cut all ties with you, and you'll be kicked out of the house. You'll also have to pay compensation for destroying the ceremony.
This is so unfair. I just wanted to get married. That's all I wanted. All I wanted was to get married. What did I do to deserve this? You're nothing but a traitor.
Your actions have consequences. Now you're gonna face those consequences. Don't contact me or my husband ever again. Thanks for flaking on your date a year ago. Since you kindly gave me your hand-me-down, I've been really happy. Consequently, my sister was kicked out of her parents' house and had to pay some hefty fines. The damages she had to pay to her cousin and the wedding venue totaled to about $50,000. From that point on, she worked hard to pay it all off. She also started posting abusive comments about her ex-boyfriend on online forums. I heard that in the end, he sued her for defamation. She even contacted her parents and asked them for help. But neither of them wanted anything to do with her, so they blocked her number. Me and my husband filed a restraining order against her to make sure she'd never set foot anywhere near us again. I got a new phone number and haven't heard anything from her since. Since I got married, I moved to a new house and my husband changed jobs, so I don't think my sister will be bothering us anymore. She was always a selfish and narcissistic person, and as she got older, nothing changed. While I kind of feel sorry for her, she's one of the worst things to ever happen to me. It's embarrassing that I ever considered her a part of my family. If she ever tries to get close to me again, I won't hesitate to shut her down and send her packing. It's kind of unbelievable that I met my husband because my sister canceled her date with him. We hit it off from the start and everything just fell into place. It's all thanks to my evil sister that I met such a kind, honest man. While I don't like thinking about it, I really am grateful to her in a weird way. It might sound cruel, but after having gone through so much trouble, it feels good to know that my life is going better than my sister's. Unlike her, I'm going to be grateful to those around me and live a happy, honest life. I would never want to become a selfish person like her. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you thought in the comments section and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Maddie, why won't you pick up the phone?
What do you want? I'm super busy today. We're having a family get-together before the wedding. This engagement party is really important. I don't have time right now. We asked the staff not to let anyone in that isn't on the list into the building. We told them to be sure.
I am your brother's wife. Your father told me he wanted me to be here today.
Why would he do that?
You passed right by me in the lobby. Didn't you see me?
Now that you mention it, I did pass a lady in the lobby. She looked like a bumbling little country bumpkin with a dumb cow face. That must have been you, Ava.
A dumb cow face?
I don't think my family has any uneducated idiots in it, and I'm pretty sure his family doesn't have anyone that didn't make it past the 7th grade. You looked so stupid when I saw you, I mistook you for a stranger. If you're family, you're going to need to wear a big name tag. Please write out your full name on it.
Are you serious? I don't think I can do that. This place has a formal dress code, doesn't it?
Of course it does. We looked long and hard when we picked a venue. This was the most beautiful restaurant we could find. But do you really think a fancy place like this will let in some trash like you? You don't even know the first thing about manners and etiquette, and my brother isn't even here with you. Aren't you a little embarrassed to be here by yourself?
Your brother just got tied up with work. He's going to be about half an hour late, but he was planning to be here with me. We thought it was better for me to go ahead and come without him than having us both be late. Seems like the most polite thing to do. He will be here soon.
Ugh. I guess if my brother is coming, I have to let you in too, don't I? I thought I was getting lucky when you showed up by yourself.
Lucky?
If it was just you, it would be easy to kick you out. I could have made any excuse I liked to get you out the door.
I don't know why you have to be like this. I just wanted to say hello to you and tell you how happy I am for you. Your father sent me a text to see if everything is okay. He was concerned that I wasn't at the party yet.
Why don't you tell him that this elegant restaurant won't let in low-class trash? It's not like you're good enough to get into a place like this without an invitation. I'm sure the maitre d' is gritting his teeth seeing you stand in his lobby with your dumb face and your shabby shoes. Tell Daddy that they sent you away. It makes sense that they would.
From the first day you met me, you've used my education as an excuse. You always look down on me and talk to me like I'm not good enough. Your brother cares about me, and I was good enough for him to love me and marry me. I would have thought that would be enough for you to give me a chance, or even a little human decency.
I don't think so. You want to know how much you bother me? I wish my brother would divorce you. I wish you weren't part of this family, and that I never had to see your stupid face again. That's how much.
Fine, but the least you could do is be nice to me today. All of our family is here. Everyone is celebrating you and your fiancé. Can't you just be civil for tonight? If you really can't accept me, that's fine. I'll talk to my husband about it. I think it's important that he knows how you feel.
Go ahead. It won't bother him at all. You really do have a brain of a child. No grown-up would think that would bother anyone. You're as dumb as you are uneducated. Even if I didn't know anything about you, this is all I would have to hear to know you're an ignorant, uneducated little bumpkin. You're lucky my brother married you. I have no idea how you got him. If it weren't for him, you'd be living a pathetic little life at the bottom of the food chain. Since you scored a good man, you've managed to sneak your way among decent people. And on that note, I am going to let you go. I've got important things to do, and I'm going to spend my time with the family. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Hello there. My name is Derek. I'm Maddie's fiancé. I had something I wanted to talk to you about. I hope you don't mind my reaching out like this. It's about Maddie and I getting married. You're Maddie's big brother's wife, right?
Hello, Derek. Yeah, I'm her sister-in-law. I'm not sure how much help I can be. Everything I know about the wedding, I've heard through my husband. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but Maddie and I had a bit of a falling out at the engagement party. She asked me not to try to speak with her anymore, and I've been trying to give her some space.
I heard about the engagement party. You got turned away, didn't you?
Yeah, that's true. Maddie told the staff that she didn't know who I was. The event was strictly private, so when she told the staff she didn't know me, they turned me away. I had no choice but to leave.
I think that she was being pretty clever, though.
What do you mean by that?
Well, pardon me for saying it, but I heard from Maddie. You never finished high school, did you?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, the restaurant was pretty high-end. Do you know much about etiquette? There are a lot of rules when you're in a place like that.
I don't see what that has to do with my education. I think manners are mostly common sense.
Common sense? That's so simple-minded, it's almost cute. I'm having trouble deciding why you didn't finish school. Was it that you didn't have the brains, or that you didn't have the money? Or maybe it was both. It wasn't both, was it? You must have dropped out to head to work. You don't have the sense of an adult. You can really tell you never finished school. It's quaint. She told me you came from a poor, trashy family, but I didn't realize how bad it was until now.
Is this why you wanted to speak to me? Because I don't feel like being degraded just for fun. If that's all you wanted to tell me, we don't have anything else to talk about.
I admit that it isn't really what I wanted to talk to you about. But I was just curious if Maddie was serious about you or not. And man, it's just like she said, talking to you is like talking to some dumb kid. But yeah, there's something else I wanted to talk to you about. You can calm down. Let's have a civil conversation. You don't work. You never finished school. You're just a housewife and you've got nothing but your husband's salary going for you, right? You have nothing to do all day, so you at least have time to talk to me.
Actually, for your information, I have a job, and even if I didn't, that is a pretty rude thing to say about housewives. Most of the housewives I know are incredibly busy people. It's a hard job.
Yeah, if you say so. Since you're so busy, I will do you a favor. I'll put this as simply and as quickly as I can. I'd like you to do me a favor. I'd like you to skip the wedding.
What on earth do you mean?
Don't come to the wedding. I don't think I can put it any simpler than that. If you don't understand me, I don't know what else to say. Even if you didn't finish school, you should be able to get something that easy through that pea brain of yours.
I understand the words you are saying loud and clear, but I am part of this family. I've already received my invitation in the mail.
We didn't want to send you an invitation. Maddie's dad went ahead and sent one to you without even asking us. She and I both don't want you to come. When we walk down that aisle, I want your seat empty. Please don't come.
Is this seriously just because I didn't finish high school?
You don't understand anything, do you? I'm not trying to brag or anything. I work at a really important company. I won't say their name here, but you would know them for sure. It's a big deal. Let's just say it's a big tech company. They've really come up in the world in the last 10 years. Even just in the last 3 years, they've become a multi-billion-dollar business. They make some of the most famous apps. You could ask anyone and they would know their products. Everyone uses their products at this point, from big businesses to individuals.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you talking about AA?
So, you heard about it from Maddie, did you? It's a pretty famous company, isn't it? Everyone knows it and everyone uses their stuff. I'm just that good. They only want the most elite working for them, and they scouted me out and recruited me personally. And I'm gonna be one of the best they have. One day, you'll see my name in the papers too. When I was first hired, I had to take a skills test. They told me I had one of the top scores they had ever seen. I'm gonna be working with the best, and I'm gonna be the best of the best.
Wow, that's really amazing. You must be very proud of yourself. I hear that they're hiring more and more people every year. They've become a really big company at this point, haven't they? I think they're one of the biggest in Silicon Valley.
Even someone like you can understand, can't you? I shouldn't be surprised. It really is that famous of a company. So I think maybe you can also understand why I don't want you at the wedding. I've entered a whole new league. I can't have someone like you meeting other guests. I don't want some lowbrow comment to make a bad impression on anyone, and I can't have someone as ignorant as you rubbing elbows with guests I'm inviting. Look, you just aren't like the rest of us. It's fine if your husband comes. He's Maddie's brother and he's got a college degree. He works at a respectable company and he can keep up with everyone else. He'll be fine. But you? You wouldn't know what to say or how to act. I'd really like it if you didn't come. Consider it a favor to me. A wedding gift, even.
Maddie said she doesn't want me there. You say you don't want me there. You're both really stuck on my educational background, aren't you? It's really that important to you.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? I graduated at the top of my class from an Ivy League school. Everyone in my family graduated from some of the finest institutions in the nation. Everyone's highly educated and has an impeccable pedigree. There's a certain air about people with good schooling. And Maddie also went to a good university. Everyone else in her family graduated from a good program. They're all sophisticated people. Some of the people attending this wedding are going to be important. These are big names and they're a big deal. Some of the top bosses will be there. Besides, wouldn't you be embarrassed? You'd be the only person at the entire wedding that had no real education, no style, no class. What would you even have to talk about? You wouldn't even know which fork to use during the meals.
You've sent an invitation to your boss?
Of course I did. I sent one to the highest players at the company. I want to impress them. The wedding is going to be lavish and it's going to be a good chance to make a great impression. I'm a valuable asset at the company. I'm thinking about the future and I'm sure they are too. I've got big ideas for the brand and I'm going to make a big impact there. I'm sure they'll want to come. That's what I'm talking about when I say big names and elite people are going to be at the wedding. Which is exactly why I don't want you there. I don't want to see you walk up to any of my new coworkers and open that dumb mouth of yours. Who knows what you'll say? You could ruin things for me.
If I receive an invitation, I will go.
You won't. I won't send one. Not for you, anyway. When the invitation shows up in the mail, there's only going to be one name on it. Maddie wants her brother there, so he'll get the invite, but he doesn't have a +1.
Is that how it is? That's fine.
If you manage to wrangle an invitation into your grimy little hands, fine. Go ahead and come. But you're gonna embarrass yourself. I hope you know that. If you don't mind being humiliated, then go ahead and do whatever you want.
If I don't get an invitation, I'm definitely not coming. But if I do receive an invitation, I will be there.
What are you doing here? Did you seriously show up without an invitation? What is the matter with you? Why are you here?
I received an invitation, so I came.
Well, there isn't a spot for you. We didn't reserve any seats for uneducated trash. Go back to where you came from. We don't want to celebrate with somebody like you. Be gone, vagabond.
If you make me leave, Derek will be fired.
What? Fired? What are you even talking about? You don't have the power to fire anyone. That isn't something you can make happen. Don't be ridiculous.
And why can't I?
Because ordinary people can't just have someone fired like that. That isn't even a thing. How is some high school dropout going to get someone from a big company fired? What are you going to do? Send an email? Call their customer service line and complain?
I told you, I received an invitation.
Well, that's funny because we sure didn't send you one.
I did receive it. I've got it in my hand right now. You sent one to your future husband's boss?
Huh? His boss? Don't be silly. He didn't send that to you. He sent that to the head of the AA.
Yes, of course. I'm here representing AA.
You idiot.
To be more specific, I'm here with one of my colleagues as well. We started the company together as friends. We are equal partners, so it only made sense for the both of us to come.
Wait. Are you saying that you're Derek's boss? Like, literally his boss?
The A in AA stands for our initials. I've always gone by Ava, so that's my A, and she usually goes by her last name, Avery, so that's her A. So yes, I'm saying I am Derek's boss, literally.
I had no idea. No one told me.
I received some messages from Derek on WhatsApp a few months ago. From all the messages he sent, I figured that you must not have told him anything about me. Apparently, you just told him I was freeloading off my husband's salary. You seem to both think I'm some lazy housewife that doesn't do much of anything at all. He clearly thinks that's the case, so you must have told him that.
But nobody told me you owned a company. Nobody told me anything about it. I did tell him your name, though. He's already started his job. He's been going to the office for weeks. He should at least know what his boss's face looks like.
He does know what his boss's face looks like, but he hasn't had a chance to meet me as part of the family, has he? You had me turned away from the engagement party. He never even saw me there. I'm not surprised he hasn't realized who I am just yet. Besides, I started the company before I was married. I still use my maiden name for professional purposes. You two are so concerned about where someone went to school anyways. All you care about is if someone went to an Ivy League school or what degree they managed to get. I doubt that you would have believed someone that didn't finish high school could own such a big tech company.
So, it's true then? You really are his boss? You own AA? Are you really going to fire him?
It certainly is tempting, and I do have the right to. After everything you two have said and done to me, he probably deserves it. And my husband, he's so furious, he's begging me to fire Derek after the stunt you two pulled. I think we're gonna go ahead and head home now. I don't really feel like the need to stay at the reception any longer. I just wanted to come and wish you two the best. But what little goodwill I felt towards you when I came here today is running out. I'm exhausted with dealing with you.
Oh, no, please. Wait, don't go. I really had no idea you were his boss. How could I have known?
Because I'm a dropout, right? The thing is, I had something I was ready to do. I didn't want to wait for graduation. I knew I wanted to open my company, and I knew what I wanted to do. I've been lucky enough to be working with my friends since the day we started the business. It's wonderful to work with some of your best friends. We really support each other and have learned a lot together, and I was so lucky enough to marry a man who understood my vision. He's always supported me and been my biggest cheerleader while the business grew. And your dad. He's been amazing. He never doubted me when I told him what I was planning. He's always had my back.
Daddy knows what you do? He knows about your business the whole time?
Of course he has. He knew what I was working on when your brother and I first started dating. He's always been supportive of my work, even before we got married.
Are Derek and I the only ones who didn't know?
So it would seem. There's plenty to talk about later, but I doubt I can overlook how the last few months have gone. I think my husband and I are going to follow you and your husband's wishes. You both said you don't want a closer relationship with us than necessary. You don't want anything to do with us if you can avoid it. You wanted the bare minimum, so that's what you'll get.
Oh, the bare minimum? What exactly does that mean?
I hope you have a beautiful evening, Maddie. Enjoy the rest of your wedding. My husband and I are leaving now. Excuse us.
Eva, please. Eva, please. If you won't answer your phone, would you at least answer me here on WhatsApp? Please talk to me. I'm begging you from the bottom of my heart, please, just this once.
Just this once. It had better really be just once. Keep in mind that when you ask me something.
Oh my God, Eva, thank you for finally answering. I am so sorry for everything I've ever said or done to you. I mean it. I should never have been so cruel to you. I would take it all back if I could. I really want us to be close, happy family moving forward. From this moment on, I want us to be the best of friends. I want to smooth everything over and have us all together again. I will do anything you want. Anything at all. Just ask. I want you to know how serious I am. I will be the best sister-in-law you could dream of forever and ever. Please, just give me a chance.
What is all this about? I never thought I'd get such a suck-up letter from you. It isn't your style to be so nice, or to grovel for that matter. What do you actually want from me?
Please don't fire Derek. You can stop it, and please tell Mama and Daddy that I apologize to you. It's important that they know I said I was sorry. They need to know.
He's already been fired. I can't stop something that's already happened. I'm not about to lie to your father. I value and respect him far too much for that.
But they're going to cut me off completely. They said they would. They're going to cut us out of their will.
I imagine it's going to be tough to pay off that fancy wedding without their support. They've always given you quite a bit of money. It's going to be hard for you to lose that support.
What? Why do you know about that?
I'm your sister-in-law. I hear everything. Since you don't work anymore and Derek got fired, things are going to be tight for you for a while, especially considering you never saved anything for a rainy day. You two were so arrogant and only wanted the fanciest wedding. You picked one of the most expensive venues in the area. How much did that cost? Everything included. As many guests as you had, I would guess it was well over $100K. I know a lot of people probably gave you money as a wedding gift. I'm sure you received a good bit. But I can't imagine you got enough to even put a drop in the bucket to pay it off. How was the reception? Was it worth it?
Some things didn't go as planned. It's true, but that's all your fault. You left. People saw you leaving and saw your empty seat, and then they saw my brother leaving and saw his empty seat, and then the gossip started. Derek's family found out that we hadn't invited you, and then they found out that you're his boss and what a mess things were becoming. His family was so upset and embarrassed when they found out that half of them left too. Everyone hates us now. And what's worse, when all his coworkers saw the boss was leaving, they left too. Everyone that left because of you, everything went wrong because of you, and everyone that was angry when they left without giving us a present. We thought we'd get a lot more money than we did. We got robbed when you left.
So, you didn't get as much money as you had expected you would?
Half the guests left because you left. And it isn't just the wedding either. Mama and Daddy are so angry they didn't give us anything either. Even Derek's parents decided not to give us the money they said they would. We're going to be stuck paying for everything by ourselves. Our parents aren't even going to give us a dime to cover the cost. And we don't have any savings at all. We knew they'd pay for most of it, so we didn't plan for this.
I think there is certainly some blame to be had for your predicament. I admit I didn't realize it would go this far.
I am not sure who showed everyone our WhatsApp messages. Someone shared every message, Derek, or I sent you. Someone showed them both to our parents, and now they won't have anything to do with us. They won't help us at all. Was it you? It had to be you. You're a tattletale. If it was you, then this is all your fault. All of it. Admit it.
I didn't say anything about any of this. I also didn't send any screenshots of our conversations to your parents.
You little liar. You're full of it. I don't care who you think you are. No dropout is going to make a fool out of me. The proof is out there.
I only show my WhatsApp messages to one person. That's it.
And just who did you show them to? Who was it?
Your brother, that's who.
Why would you show him?
He's my husband. There are no secrets between a husband and wife. Besides, he isn't just my husband, he's my best friend, but I only really even showed him the once. I was trying to explain to him what was going on, and I just couldn't leave the wedding without him knowing why. He's the only person who I've talked to about it all.
Really?
Does it even matter? All the messages in my history are things you sent and said. None of it is made up. It's all your own words. If they got you in trouble, I can't say I feel sorry for you. What goes around comes around, you know. The same goes for Derek. He's getting fired because of what goes around comes around too.
What is that supposed to mean?
We really did meet when he first joined the company. We have a lot of employees, but I try to make an effort to greet new people when they come on. I think it's good for everyone. But over the time he worked there, he's become more and more arrogant. He's become difficult to work with and a snob around the office. It's gotten to the point that it affects his coworkers. He's had a negative impact on the entire team. He's been warned several times before. Time and time again, HR has talked to him about how he treats new hires or anyone he sees as competition for a promotion.
You must be joking. Are you serious? But that isn't what he told me. He said he's on the path to a really elite promotion. He said he's doing everything just right to make his way to the top.
I'm not sure what gave him that idea. He certainly isn't on the right track. Even though the entire team will be working on a project and following a schedule together, he will go off and change things on his own without discussing it first. He changes the schedule, he changes the code, he changes features of the project. He has a terrible habit of acting like he personally runs a project rather than acting like part of the team. He also keeps popping up at clients' businesses, expecting to meet with very important people. And he does it without an appointment or calling ahead. He just shows up and demands to speak with the top-level managers and expects them to drop what they're doing and make time for him in his schedule. And one of the worst things he does, he only wants to work with people that graduated from the same school as him. Or at a minimum, they need to have an Ivy League background. Doesn't matter if they are a team member or a client. He will barely even speak to someone without a university background. In the tech industry, there are a lot of very talented people that are completely self-taught. It is a waste of resources to ignore people that attended smaller schools or even no school at all. One of our best coders we have came to us straight out of high school. We can't use him on many of our projects because of his bad behavior. We don't want our clients to have to deal with him, and it isn't fair to make the rest of the staff work with him either. I can't have someone pretending he's the boss. I can't have him speaking to our clients that way. I can't have him treating his teammates that way. We've had other employees threaten to quit if they have to keep working with him. We had already agreed amongst ourselves that he had one last chance. My partner and I already told HR that if he pulled one more stunt, that they needed to fire him immediately.
Oh, wow. I had no idea that's completely different than how he tells it.
I'm not surprised. He seems to think awfully highly of himself. He's a proud man. He probably doesn't see how dangerously he's played it. He just isn't a good fit for our company. To be honest, I couldn't recommend him to anyone else either. He's a terrible employee. Even if everything about the wedding had been different, it wouldn't change things. His fate was already decided long before the wedding. He has to be let go before he brings the company down. I'm not the only one who makes these decisions. My partner also makes decisions. Plus, we have an entire HR team that makes recommendations. I need you to know that it isn't personal. Obviously, you both hurt my feelings. You both have acted poorly and given me a bad impression of who you are. That being said, the firing is about much more than that.
So, it's done? He's fired and unemployed now? That means we have no income now. I can't believe this. We're going to have to find a way to borrow money to pay off the wedding. You're really going to let this happen to your own family? We'll be broke.
I have a suggestion for you. In the future, don't focus on where someone went to school or what level of degree they attained. And don't focus too much on your own background. You need to learn how to communicate with people better. Both of you do. This may just be advice from an old soul, but it does come from a place of experience. Nobody makes it through this life alone. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how rich you are, where you went to school. None of that matters if you alienate everyone around you. You need friends and family and people who have your back. But you also have to be someone who supports other people. You have to have other people's backs. If you don't care about other people, they won't care about you. You know what they say, when we give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed.
Will you help us, please?
I'm afraid my husband and I are done. We've tried and we don't have anything left. You've pretended I was a stranger for no good reason at all. You've turned me away when I only wanted to celebrate you. You wouldn't even be kind to me at your wedding. I don't feel like taking any more cruelty from you. I've had my fill. I may be the head of my company, but it doesn't change the fact that I didn't finish high school, and it doesn't change the fact that you've given me nothing but hate for it. You seem to truly despise people who didn't finish their primary education, or at the least you look down on them. And I don't feel like being looked down on for something that is just a part of me that will never change. I don't feel any shame. Why should I let you make me? I think it is best if we end our relationship.
If that's how you feel, then fine. But the least you could do is tell Mama and Daddy to speak to me again. Tell them I apologized and that everything is fine. I don't know what to do. If things stay the way they are, I'm going to be in big trouble. I don't know if Derek and I are going to make it. Things are so hard right now. If we get divorced, I don't have anywhere to go. Come on, Ava, please. I'm begging you. Just this once, you've got to help me.
Obviously, no couple can get by if neither one of them has a job. Maddie and Derek both found part-time jobs. They don't make much between them, but they're managing to get by for now. It certainly isn't the life either of them dreamed of. They struggle and things aren't going smoothly between them as husband and wife. Maddie keeps thinking about getting a divorce. She hasn't told Derek yet, but it crosses her mind all the time. She's tried talking to her family about letting her move back in for a bit. She still owes them a lot of money for the wedding, and they've told her she can't come back without paying first. Finding her own apartment would take a lot of money as well, and almost everything she makes from her job goes towards getting by now. Her parents told her that they aren't uncaring, but that she needs to learn a lesson. She's already had her Ivy League education, but now she's at the school of hard knocks. I hope it does her some good. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button for more great content.
Are you kidding me? You're nothing but a housewife. How could someone like you be living in a multi-family home?
Hi, Rachel. Sorry, but what is this about?
I drove by Mary and Greg's house this morning, and the house looks way bigger than it was a few months ago.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. We renovated it a bit.
With whose money? Did Mary and Greg pay for it? Did you make your in-laws pay for the renovation?
No, of course not. We all contributed towards it. Why are you asking?
Well, because if you're living in a house as big as that, then me and my family will be moving in.
What?
In fact, I've decided that we'll be moving in as early as next week. So, you, Rob, and Priya better move out by then.
What? No, we're not moving out. Are you out of your mind? Is this a joke?
No, I'm 100% serious.
What does your husband say about that?
Chris will agree to whatever I say. My twin boys will be fine with it too. In fact, they'll love to live in a bigger house where they can run around everywhere. I'm sure Mary and Greg would prefer it if their oldest son moved in instead of their youngest.
And what makes you say that? They love Rob too.
They've always preferred my Chris over Rob. That's what Chris tells me, and I can see the way they treat him differently too.
No, that's ridiculous. Their mom and dad love them and treat them equally. And besides, this is still crazy. You can't just expect us to move out in a week. We've been living here for so long and we've settled in here. We just had the renovations done too. I mean, you even said you saw it this morning. So we can't just up and leave, all right?
Oh, but yes you can, you see? You married into their family, and that house belongs to my husband's parents. Which means, me being their daughter-in-law, I can live there whenever I want.
But I'm also their daughter-in-law too. You just married their oldest son and I married the youngest. We're both in the same position here, you know.
Oh, don't put me in the same boat as you. I married their oldest, and that means a lot in their family. Marrying their oldest son is far superior than marrying the youngest.
That's not how they think. That's just your opinion, though, isn't it? Anyway, didn't you mention before that you'd rather live in prison than live with your in-laws? You've always complained about them, and I don't recall you having a good relationship with them anyway.
Well, I've had a change of heart now.
Okay, and how did that happen so soon? Just because you've seen our house being upgraded. Oh wait, do you mean that you're living a life that's worse than life in prison right now? You want to escape your current living situation, so is that why you want to move in here? Is it that bad over there?
No, shut up. You're being presumptuous and condescending, and I don't appreciate it. My husband earns enough money and I work hard too. We have a decent life, thank you very much.
Right. Well, that's actually what I thought. Every time I see the twins, they look bigger, like they're being well fed.
Excuse me? I suppose you mean healthier and well looked after? Of course they're eating more because we can give them a lot of good food.
Right, sorry.
We're living a great life, thank you. Unlike your family. I heard your husband is away on another business trip and you're not at the house much either, am I right? I don't know what you've been up to, but how is that good for your daughter,
Well, actually, I've always had a full-time job and I've had to go away on business a few times.
Oh, you have a job now, do you?
Yeah, I've been working in sales at a pharmaceutical company. So I need to visit hospitals in other states to speak to medical doctors, etc.
Okay, enough with the showing off.
I wasn't showing off.
What's happening to Priya then? Poor girl, is she all by herself with her grandparents?
Yeah, Mary and Greg are taking care of her while me and Rob are away. But I'll be back home later this afternoon, so it's all fine.
No child should be left alone without their parents. Poor thing. That's a terrible way to raise a child.
It's not like it happens regularly, Rachel. My daughter understands what's happening and she's fine with it too.
Of course she's gonna say she's fine with it. She's a sweet girl and probably doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. She's hurt deep down. I can tell she is.
Right. You've only met her a handful of times and you really think you know how she feels?
Of course. As a mother, I can easily tell.
Right. Anyway, I'm actually going to quit my job soon, so this was the last business trip for me.
You're quitting your job? And why's that? Do you think you can just rely on the in-laws and husband to support you and your daughter financially? Is that it? You just want to live life without having to work or ever having to lift a finger, isn't it?
No, that's not why I quit. And now you're being presumptuous and condescending.
Lies, shut up. The only reason why you're able to live the way you do is all because of the in-laws. They're the ones who provide you with everything, aren't they? I bet they cook your meals and clean for you. I bet you don't do any of the house chores. Everything is being spoon-fed to you, isn't it? And your husband, I bet he's working hard just to support you financially. You little spoiled brat. This is what I deserve, not you.
There's a huge misunderstanding here, Rachel. It's not like that at all.
Well, I've had enough of this. We're moving in, and we're the ones who definitely deserve to live in that big house, so leave. You married their youngest son. You don't have a job, so you don't deserve it.
Rachel, you keep saying that, but it's not the kind of house you think it is.
Oh, that's my in-laws' home. I think I know what kind of house it is.
But have you even been inside the house? I don't think you'd be saying all this had you been inside. You've been avoiding us like the plague. I don't remember a time when you stepped foot inside here.
Oh, I can just use my common sense and imagination. All I care is that it's a huge house and my family deserves to live in it.
But I really don't think it's the kind of house you'd like to live in. It's not modern or anything.
I know what you're trying to do here. You're just trying to put me off living there. I can see right through you. I'm not falling for it. We're moving in and that's the end of it.
No, honestly, I'm being serious. I don't want you to waste your time and raise your expectations here.
Just shut your mouth, get your boxes and start packing.
No, but
Just got moving, you idiot.
my name is Willow, and I'm 36 years old. My husband Rob and I have been together for 13 years. He's 41, and we are very blessed to have our lovely daughter, Priya. Soon after we got married, Rob's mother sprained her ankle and she needed help around the house. Her husband, Rob's dad, also has health issues, so they both needed more help. That's why me, my husband, and Priya decided to move in with them. It was only meant to be a temporary situation, just until Mary got better. But our living conditions worked out well, so we just decided to stay there. My sister-in-law, Rachel, is 40 and is married to Rob's older brother, Chris. She's always been a bit conservative in the way she thinks. As you can tell, she thinks the oldest child deserves more with everything, for whatever reason. That's why she constantly belittles my husband, who's the younger one, and me, being his wife. She even has 2 twin sons, so I don't even want to know how she treats them. Would the older twin brother be treated better than the younger one? God only knows. She also doesn't like that her in-laws treat us the same. Honestly, she has an inferiority complex that I don't understand. She hates it when her in-laws are nice to me, yet she's never had a good relationship with them either. So I never expected her to want to move into this house with the in-laws just because we renovated it a bit. But I guess she always gets her way, so here goes nothing.
Willow, I'm just letting you know that I've moved in already.
What?
Yep, I heard that your business trip was extended for a few days from Mary, so I took advantage of that and let myself in.
Oh my god, you didn't. Just because I was going to come home later, what did you do? What about Mary and Greg and Priya? Where are they? Are they with you now?
Yes, I know that they went on a short vacation together, so this was all perfect timing. They weren't there and neither were you. This was fate and it was meant to happen.
How did you even get inside the house without the keys?
Oh, that was easy. I broke the locks and changed them. So even if you tried, you wouldn't be able to use the key you have now.
What? That's absurd. Is that even legal?
Of course it is. It's a good thing I changed the locks though. Otherwise it would have been easy for anyone to break the locks just like I did. It's all sturdy now, so the house is protected thanks to me.
This is insane.
Anyway, I love this house. I only moved in yesterday and I slept at a hotel since the mattress hadn't arrived, but this is great so far. Our bed frame and mattress is all set up now, so I'm excited to sleep here tonight.
Oh wow. Rachel, I can't believe you did that. What about our belongings? What happened to everything that was there? The furniture, the tables, the plates and clothes and everything.
Oh, sorry, but we didn't need most of the things, so I got rid of them.
What?
Don't worry, we've kept the couch and dining table and a few other things that we could use. Everything else is out of the house. It'll do you some good to upgrade your furniture too at your new place, wouldn't it? Speaking of that, I hope you found a nice new place for you to live in.
Oh my god. I can't believe you did this. Have you even thought about what Mary and Greg would say to this?
Right, well, they can learn to live with it. I'm sure they wouldn't mind if Chris moves in since he's their beloved oldest son. I'm sure they'll love having the boys around the house too.
This has nothing to do with being the oldest son or not. Why do you keep thinking like that?
Oh, it's all going to be fine, Willow.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to sell your clothes and Priya's clothes and other belongings on this auction site. It's getting a lot of good offers so far, so thanks for that.
Oh my god, this is insane. Are you being serious?
You bet. Oh, also, before I forget, I also took your $5,000 that you were hiding in those drawers in Priya's room. That was well hidden, I'll give you that. Thank God I found it before I got rid of her clothes.
What? What $5,000? That's not mine.
There's no use in pretending, Willow. I've already used it anyway.
No, you should put that back. That was probably Mary's or Greg's then. Honestly, it's not mine.
You're terrible at lying, Willow. It's too late now.
What did you use it for?
Brand new furniture that would go with this house. Some nice clothes and bags for me. I need to start looking like I live in a big, gorgeous house too, right? I can't just upgrade the house without upgrading myself, right? Oh, don't worry. I got a few things for my boys too. They're gonna love it when they see what Mommy bought them.
Oh my god. Mary and Greg are not gonna like this, you know.
Oh, they will. I'll even take care of them if I have to, so that they have a great life all laid out for them.
They're not that disabled.
Well, if you had to take care of them, then of course they are.
But you don't even know the first thing about taking care of them.
It's fine. You worry too much, Willow. Anyway, I got what I wanted, and that's that. You've led a life of luxury and comfort until now, so it's my turn now.
You've really misunderstood here. You don't know anything about what my life was like living there. It's not the kind of life you think I've been living.
You can say all you want, but you can't rain on my parade. The house is mine now.
Are you really sure about this?
I couldn't be more sure.
Right, if you say so. In that case, I give up.
Good. That's what you should have said from the beginning.
Anyway, you actually did me a favor. If you're really, really sure then, really, I've got to thank you for this. Thanks, Rachel.
Okay.
No, but you really did me a favor, so thank you. I hope there's really no turning back here. This is exciting.
Why the change of tone? You're creeping me out here. Have you lost your mind?
Oh, no, not at all. Thank you so much.
Right. You're weirder than I thought. Oh my god, Willow, I can't stand it here. Come back here. Move back here now.
Good evening, Rachel. What's up? What's wrong? How's the new life there in that big house? Are you enjoying it?
Shut your mouth, you. I hate it. You lied to me. What kind of house is this? Everything is terrible inside the house. You just fixed up the exterior and kept everything else the same inside?
Well, yeah, I tried to tell you. Rob and Greg did the renovations themselves. They just fixed up the exterior walls and built a new gate and things like that. Nothing that required professional help, really. I told you that you were misunderstanding, didn't I?
No, you lied. I can't believe this. The work here is so obviously done by some amateurs.
I did try to tell you, Rachel. You wouldn't listen.
The windows are shaking all the time because of the wind. They did a horrible job with that.
Well, just enjoy the sound of the wind outside. I heard the sound of nature can help to reduce stress.
Oh, just shut your mouth. Haven't been sleeping at all since I moved in. The bathtub is awful too, and the water keeps leaking from somewhere, and I can't figure out where it's coming from. The toilet smells no matter how much I clean it. It doesn't even flush all the time. I have to wait like 5 minutes till I can flush it. It stinks. I can't live like this anymore. Oh my god, and we keep hearing these noises at night and my boys are scared. So am I.
Really?
Yes. They're convinced it's a ghost, but I don't know what to tell them either.
A ghost?
Yes, we hear babies crying and someone chopping something using a knife or something. It's terrifying.
Oh.
What's so funny?
That's a trap that I set up months ago for Halloween.
What?
Yeah, we liked it, so we kept it there. I didn't think you'd switch it on.
What are you talking about?
So, for Halloween, since that house looked like a haunted house, we thought we should go all out and make cool sound effects.
Why would you do that?
To create a spooky atmosphere for Halloween and scare some of the kids who come in for trick-or-treat.
Oh my god, you're crazy.
So anyway, my husband made this device using portable speakers and some recordings he made to create that effect. I think the button for it is on the wall closest to the kettle in the kitchen, though. You must have pressed it by accident. That's the switch, so you can just turn it off.
I can't believe you did this.
Well, it was only meant to be during Halloween. Besides, I thought your boys would have loved it. But I guess not.
No, they're scared to death. Come and get rid of it. Better yet, move yourself back in here.
Wait, what about Chris? What does he say about this?
He's so mad at me, we're not talking right now.
Oh, dear.
And that money I took, the $5,000, I heard it was Mary and Greg's and not yours.
Yeah, I told you that too. You seriously just didn't listen to me. That's on you.
They're both so mad and he's making me pay everything back.
As you should.
No! If you had told me that it wasn't yours earlier, I wouldn't have gone spendthrift with it.
I told you though.
Just shut up.
Honestly, I did try to tell you.
I can't believe this is happening. This is the worst decision ever. I'm not staying here, Willow. This house belongs to you. Just move back in, okay?
Nope, sorry. It's too late for that now.
Why? Where do you live now? Surely you missed your old house, right?
Nope, it's too late for any of that now.
But why?
Because we actually moved overseas.
What?
Yeah, we moved to Poland.
Poland. Why the heck are you there?
For Rob's work. He got promoted and got an offer to work here. We needed somewhere to stay since you practically threw us out, and we just thought that this was a sign. Something told us that we could do with a fresh new start. The education system here is great too, so it's great for Priya.
Oh my god. Is this a sick joke?
No, I told you I even quit my job. That was because I knew we were eventually going to move out of that house. We just weren't sure where to at the time.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
Honestly, I tried to tell you everything. You've always cut me off and never tried to listen to a word I had to say. I told you that you were doing us a favor. Do you remember me telling you that?
So, this was why?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was concerned about leaving Mary and Greg behind in that house, so I thought you did us a favor. They'd be living with people who could take care of them like you said.
Oh, no.
And the things you threw away? We were gonna get rid of most of those things anyway. You saved us from having to go to the recycling shops and stuff. Plus, if you sold them on that auction site like you said, then you're getting some money out of it, right? I'm glad that worked out for you.
No. So what? Are you telling me that all I did was help you move out? And then move myself and my family into this one heck of a nightmare house?
I guess you could put it that way.
This wasn't meant to happen this way.
Oh, by the way, with regards to selling off our things, I'll be charging you for that.
Charging me?
Yes, for theft.
Well, how can you charge me for that? You said that all I did was help you move out.
Yes, but not everything can be considered that, can it? For example, my daughter's clothes. It's not like she gave you permission to take them away, right? So I'm charging you for them. Compensatory damage claims, that's what it's called. Look it up if you don't believe me.
What the? Are you being serious about this?
Of course. It's meant to cover the costs involved in repairing and or replacing damages done to my property.
Oh my god, you can't be serious. I don't have any money.
That's not my problem, though. Besides, you told me that Chris earns enough and that you work as well, right? You said you live a decent life, so what's a few charges gonna do to you?
No, that's not the point. We're gonna have to move into a new place and we're gonna need money for that. We won't have any money left after that.
Well, then that's tough for you, isn't it? I'm still going ahead with the charges.
Please, drop them, Willow. Take this house back and drop the charges and I'll do anything you want.
Sorry, Rachel, I've made the reports already.
Please, no. This is gonna look bad on us, please.
Too late, Rachel, sorry. Apparently, not only did she have to pay a hefty fine of $7,000 for property damage, but she had to pay for other charges too. This includes theft, trespassing, breaking and entering, and emotional damage for Mary. I guess she's even further away from this celebrity luxury lifestyle she coveted so much. I don't understand why she wasn't happy with the life she was already leading. She has a husband and 2 wonderful boys and a roof over her head. Why did she have to be so greedy? I'll never understand. As for me and my family, we're loving our life in Poland. We love eating local dishes and getting to know the people in our community and blending in. Too bad for Rachel with what's happening for her, but there's not much I can do here. So my family and I, well, we're just gonna keep on enjoying our new life in Poland while we can. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please like it and see you in the next one.